I gotta give it to the mayor of France. I mean, he wanted the Olympics to be the lowest carbon emissions Olympics ever. You don't get more low carbon than this. I mean, zero electricity. It gives you that South African experience. Do you think they're doing load shedding now? By the way, every single environmentalist seeing this, are you happy? Is this what you wanted? Hey, just stop oil. Look, the oil stopped. I find it interesting because on one hand, they constantly want zero emissions. And I remember last time they decided to do something funny, which is, again, more wealth extraction, like raise the taxes for the gas. And people in Paris started rioting, and all the roads were blocked. You know, like Paris was burning, all the roads were blocked, zero emissions. But for some reason, the politicians weren't that happy about it. I wonder why. I mean, again, it's about eliminating carbon, right? So, like, no cars were going. Like, isn't that green? Isn't that making you happy? Emmanuel? Well, apparently not. So, we get to experience this. Now, I asked my artist, which is French, and I asked him, like, can you please draw faster? Because I don't want the power to go out while I'm commissioning you, right? So, if possible, I understand your country is shit, and you put communists in power. It hasn't even been 5 minutes, and already athletes are starving, and you're getting power outages. So, work faster, because it seems that the communists you elected are quite competent at their job. And he's like, oh no, like, this is usual, but you see, now the rich people in Paris are suffering. Now the rich people are suffering, because they're getting to experience what we from the suburbs get to experience occasionally. I love the mindset, though. It's not like the citizens. It's like the rich versus us. No, that's a great mindset to have. I have a different one. It's the communists versus us. But still. So, while the Olympics are taking place, and you have robberies and shit, like we already discussed it in the previous video, you also now have a power outage. Again, the whole purpose of the Olympics is not just to see who breaks world records, because no one cares about that anymore, right? What people actually care about is for you to show your country to the rest of the world. Like, you got this opportunity where all the eyes of the world are on you, and you get to show what you think makes your country great. And we saw with China, I mean, they had like 2,000 people beating drums in synchronicity, like showing the Chinese synchronicity stuff. They had like some beautiful picturesque things here and there. Britain did also a really good job in their Olympics in presenting Great Britain. Greece did a great job. France is doing a shit job, man. Like, seriously, like, you see China, and even though I don't like communism, and I'm looking at China and like, ugh, it would still be nice to visit, I suppose. I mean, I saw beautiful pictures, I saw the culture, I'm like, before I die, after visiting Japan, maybe I can visit China at least once. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, right? You see the Olympics in Greece. It's like, okay, I should visit Greece. It looks like a nice place to visit. This is a horror show. Like, America made a movie about this where the power goes out. And it's a horror thriller, right? This is that. How many fuckers? Oh, do you want to know something else that's funny? Apparently, again, this is because of zero emissions, right? Like the new Paris religion. They decided to not give air conditioning to the athletes. Like, we discussed this. Like, this is no Khaleesi. However, like, some athletes still went, you know what, fuck it. Like, we're not going to get heat strokes. It's fucking middle of the summer. Like, we're going to get our own air conditioning from home. And they did. Now, what's interesting is that when I pointed out that, look, these people are doing the most difficult competitions of their lifetime. Like, they require to have every single advantage that they can get. So if it means a good night rest without having to suffer from heat strokes, they're going to take it. Oh, I got a lot of experts saying, no, V, you don't understand. It's like, it's not like that. I mean, surely they can sleep. It's not. Well, apparently the mayor agrees with me, right? So, like, the mayor of Paris apparently agrees with me. And he said that it provides an unfair advantage from those coming from poorer countries, right? And he has so much compassion. Oh, he has so much empathy. And he wants to confiscate the air conditioning from the people that brought it from home, okay? Just stop being wealthy. Just be poor. Just be fucking miserable, okay? Emmanuel Macron has an air conditioning. Do you think you deserve one? Like, do you think you're at the level of Emmanuel Macron, I'm willing to bet the fucking communists in the French legislature, they also have air conditioning. Do you think like you're at their level? Do you think you're at the level of a communist? Like, a communist is an actual human being. If you come here with your air conditioning, who the fuck do you think you are? So they're planning on seizing it from them. I don't know how they can do that, though, because the air conditioning is private property. So I don't know, like, maybe they will ban them from the Olympics or like something. It's going to be interesting. I don't think it can do it, chat. I don't think it can do it, but I'm always surprised. I mean, communists are some of the most inventive people on earth when it comes to fucking with their fellow man. When it comes to anything else, they're not as inventive. But when it's about creating suffering and misery, I would hire a communist anytime, any day. If you can't find one, you get a socialist. The next best thing. So now you are in the situation where there's a blackout about the Olympics on social media, and there is a blackout on the Olympics in France. Just so you know, on social media, they are so ashamed with what they did, right? Like, they are so ashamed that they are copyright striking all of the events. All of the events that have to do with the opening ceremony, even they are massively ashamed of what they did, which is a good thing. But now, apparently, they don't want you to see it either. You know, they also say that the Eiffel Tower is best viewed at night. I really love that. It means it must look like shit, right? Like, whenever you hear something is best viewed at night, it means that it looks like shit. So, like, you need darkness to hide the imperfection. It's kind of like getting an ugly girlfriend, you know, like a butterface or something like that. And you want to have the lights off when she's in the bedroom. It's that kind of vibe, because if the lights are on, so like, is this where is the best way to view the Eiffel Tower? Still looks like shit. I hear that it's rusty and stuff. Again, I just want people to understand, this is France, okay? How did the politicians manage to fuck it at this level? Like, I'm genuinely curious, because when I grew up, people looked up to France. It was, you know, I'm not talking about the imperial power, like, it used to be an imperial power. But even afterwards, you know, it's the soul of the European Union. That frightens the living shit out of me, because I'm in the European Union as well, and I don't want to end up as France. Like, what can I possibly do to make sure that my country doesn't end up like France? Because the way things are going, Romania is going to be a heaven. And it's not because, like, Romania is progressing and we're, like, developing. And no. It's like the France is declining. This is an absolute fucking embarrassment. The politicians should be completely ashamed of this. Jesus. Let me know what you guys think, though, especially if you're from France. I want to hear from you. Like, are you satisfied with the Olympics? Is it to your liking with the way that the politicians spend your money? Because, like, again, the Olympics, right? Like, it's not Emmanuel Macron paying from his pocket. No. He does wealth extraction. He takes away from the people and spends it on your behalf. Do you think it's spent properly? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know what you think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.